A no trump bid by either opener or responder. When does it promise stoppers? Does it promise stoppers in all unbid suits? Well, it depends on the circumstances. We seldom say always in this game. The only time we really can say it comfortably is when we're discussing the rule of 11, because that's mathematical. Otherwise, there's no never or always in this game. There are always things to think about and interpret. So I want to tell you something first off that one of my partners told me a while back, and it's kind of altered my thinking on bidding no trump. He says, Susan, unless the opponents have given you a reason to worry about a suit, don't worry about it. Well, how do they give you a reason to worry about it? They bid it. That's one of the reasons people give for overcalling many times, is not only does it help your partner with the opening lead if he happens to be the person who's charged with that responsibility, it suggests a contract or a way to compete. And it says, hey, maybe we can play this and come out with a better score than if we don't compete for the contract. And the last reason you usually hear is, and it gives the opponents a reason to worry about no trump. Well, the opponents are giving you a hint when they overcall a suit. They're promising 5 of them, except, and here's that word again. Most of the time, they're promising 5 of them. So when you're thinking about bidding no trump, if the opponents haven't bid, remember they don't know that you have an unstopped suit, and they have to find it when they're on opening lead. You may get a friendly opening lead. Oftentimes a no trump bid works out because you didn't give away a whole lot of information. So don't be worried about no trump unless you have a reason to be worried. So let's talk about no trump openings and rebids. Opening no trumps, and most of the time a rebid, will promise a balanced hand. A 1 no trump obviously is 15 to 17, and a 2 no trump is 20 or 21, and it implies that it's a balanced hand. There are some exceptions that are allowed, particularly for the 2 no trump opening, but in general, it's a balanced hand most of the time. Now, the thing is, neither one of those bids promises that all suits are stopped. I, in fact, opened 1 no trump with 2 suits unstopped if my hand is balanced and I have 15 to 17 high card points, because it describes my partner's hand, or my hand to my partner, in a nice little box. I put my hand in a box. My partner knows the bottom value of my hand, and he knows the top value of my hand. Just by and he knows that it's balanced or relatively balanced or semi-balanced. Now, openers 1 no trump rebid or jump to 2 no trump as a rebid also shows a balanced hand. In the first instance, it's 12 to 14 high card points, and in the second instance, it's 18 to 19 high card points, and also does not promise that all suits are stopped. You might think that that's what that shows, but not necessarily. You're describing your point range and your general shape, but not that all suits are stopped. Now, when the opener rebids 1 no trump, it shows that balanced hand with 12 to 14 points. Here's an example of a hand where you opened 1 club. Notice you opened the suit, but you don't have a high card in it. But there's a reasonable chance that the opponents aren't going to lead that suit because you opened it. Now, if they have ace, king, queen, jack, 10 of clubs, then that's obviously not right. But how often does your opponent hold that? Not very often. So you don't have 4-card support for hearts, and you don't have a 4-card spade suit, and I don't particularly want to bid that 3-card diamond fragment, and over 1 heart that would be a reverse anyway, and I don't have the values to do it. So 1 no trump is a perfect rebid here. And in the same vein, a 2 no trump, jump to 2 no trump, is also a good description of a hand. after an auction here that begins one spade by you and followed by a 2 diamond response, this is certainly an acceptable 2 no trump rebid. Now, I don't want to bid 2 no trump in that instance with a small doubleton in an unbid suit. If I had that, I might take a chance and raise my partner's major suit with only 3 card support if I absolutely had to, or in some cases, I might rebid a 5 card major. That because partner's bid is forcing, remember? Now here, if my partner rebids responds 2 diamonds, I have 3 card support in diamonds, and if I didn't have a stopper in hearts, rather than bidding no trump, I might raise my partner's diamonds instead. But I do have a heart stop. So this looks like a good 2 no trump rebid to me. As it happens, I have something in an unbid major, but the suit that I opened obviously has at least 5 cards in it. But notice I have a really crappy club suit here. But I don't have a small doubleton in clubs, and I don't have a small doubleton in hearts. So I'm comfortable with 2 no trump here. Totally.
Now, Susan?
Yes.
But on that one, if you opened a spade and then partner bid 2 diamonds, that's 2 over 1. So once you bid 2 no trump, does that really compel your partner to go to game?
Well, it describes my hand. And when I rebid 2 no trump, I don't know what my partner has forced for 1 round. I'm bidding 2 no trump. Maybe he's got spade support, and he's going to rebid 3 spades, and we're going to investigate slam. He has just established the game force. When you play 2 over 1, you don't go, I'm not going to jump directly to 3 no trump over 2 diamonds here. I'm just rebidding 2 no trump because, number 1, I don't have 6 spades. I don't have another 4 card suit to show. So 2 no trump describes my balanced hand with no worthless doubletons in it. And some people would respond 3 diamonds with this hand. And as I said, if I had only 2 small clubs or 2 small hearts, that's what I would do. But I don't have a worthless doubleton in hearts, even though that's just a doubleton. It is not worthless. And I have more than a doubleton in clubs. And my partner has told me if he bid 2 diamonds that he has an opening hand. So the opponents didn't bid clubs. So I'm not worried about clubs here. I don't know. My partner has just forced. I need to choose the bid that describes my hand the best. And when we're in a 2 over 1 auction, then I'm not jumping around. Now, if you don't play 2 over 1, you have another set of problems here. 2 no trump invites your partner, though, to bid no trump and says, I may or may not have diamond support, but I'd really rather prefer to play no trump. So your partner will describe his hand or ask some questions, and you may or may not end up in 3 no trump, regardless of whether you play standard or 2 over 1. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Did I get that?
Yeah, a lot of times, that happens to my partner and I a lot, and one of us will bid 2 no trump, and we know we've got opening, but the other one is reluctant to go to 3 no trump. Although, if we were going to do a contract, that's where it would go because we're so minimal.
Well, but you have an opening hand, and your partner has promised an opening hand, and if she
that's
doesn't,
just 12 and 12. That's 24. And
well, wait, okay, let me put it to you this way. 12 high card points is fine for a 2 over 1 response, but in general, you'll either have some shortness somewhere or maybe a 5 card suit that will give your hand a value of 13. Now, there are a lot of people who play 24.3 no trumps and who say that 24 points is enough. The problem is that roughly 50% of 3 no trump contracts will make with 24 high card points. I personally like something a little bit better than 24 points, but I'm not opposed to playing a 24-point no trump. My opponents may make a mistake in the defense. They may give me a very friendly opening lead. I mean, all kinds of things that can happen that will enable you to make 3 no trump. And I would prefer to play 3 no trump many times over a 4-3 major suit or 5-2 major suit fit. But it just, and you're in a game forcing auction. So if you want to keep your partner's trust, you don't pass a 2 no trump bid when you've given him a 2/1 response. That's a big no-no. So as you get more experience playing no trump, you might be more comfortable with it. And of course, you're assuming that your partner has only 12 high card points, but I would give him the average. For instance, if the opener bids showing 12 to 14, I would give him 13. He may have 14. You have no way of knowing. Once in a while, he may have 11, and you end up in a 23-point no trump. Oh, well, you may not get a very good result, but that happens. There are no guarantees in this game, and you want to go with what works most of the time, right?
Right. And I guess if you have the agreement that you're not going to invoke 2/1 unless you've got 13 high card points.
or a hand worth 13 points. You could have only 12, or you could have 11 high card points and a 6 or 7 card suit.
Okay.
And insist that is the trump suit, and there you are.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. You bet. Now, you've opened the bidding, and your partner responds 1 no trump. If you open a major suit and you play 2/1, then that 1 no trump bid is forcing. I mean, that's if you and your partner have that agreement. But 1 no trump otherwise, when a minor suit has been opened, basically is an I don't have bid. I don't have enough. I don't have a 4-card major. I don't have support for the suit that you bid. And if it's a minor suit, then of course that's, if it's clubs, you want to have 5, but you could go with 4 if you absolutely had to. Or I don't have 4 diamonds. I don't have, if partner opened a diamond, I don't have enough to bid 2 clubs because I don't have the required points to force to game. So what does that leave? That leaves the 1 no trump response. No 4-card major, not enough to bid at the 2 level, no support. I'm not raising my partner's 1 diamond opening with only 3 cards. He may have 5, and that's fine if he has 5, but I don't raise a minor suit opening with only 3 cards ever. Now, notice this hand doesn't have stoppers in the unbid suits at all, does it? But if your right-hand opponent bids 1 heart over your partner's 1 diamond, now most of the experts out there say that a 1 heart response by the responder promises a heart stop, at least 1. The lead's going to come up to his hand. So if he has a king, it's protected on the opening lead. So for instance, something like this hand would be appropriate. This has 9 high card points in it. It's completely flat. So it looks no trumpy. And if your right-hand opponent overcalled a heart, you certainly have heart stops. Now, you and your partner may have the agreement that the 1 no trump response doesn't necessarily show a stopper. If that's the case, then the opening bidder is going to have to try to figure out whether it does or not. I think most people would prefer to have a solid agreement rather than saying, oh, I don't want you to pass. But particularly if the opening bidder doesn't have a stopper in hearts, following this same example, then, and he doesn't know whether you do or not, it's going to be tough to want to play no trump. But if you're willing to take the risk, then by golly, go for it. This all boils down to the amount of risk that you're willing to assume and what you and your partner feel comfortable with, basically. And here, as I said previously, if you play 2/1 and your partner opens with a major suit and you don't have, if your partner opened a heart and you don't have 4 spades and you don't have 3-card support for hearts, then 1 no trump forcing is your bid if you don't have an opening hand yourself. So that bid says absolutely nothing about a stopper anywhere. Obviously, it is a conventional bid, and it just says, I don't have enough to bid at the 2 level, and I don't have 3 card support for your hearts, partner. Please bid on. Now, here's an example. Partner opened the bidding 1 heart, and you have 9 high card points. Some of you may say, well, I have a 5 card club suit. That gives me a total value of 10. I'm going to bid 2 clubs. Well, if you don't play 2 over 1, that's fine if you want to stretch it. But when you're talking about what's required to bid at the 2 level in standard American, most of the time that will be 10 high card points. You don't have a fit in hearts. And if you bid 2 clubs, your partner is forced to bid again. Remember? If he opened an 11-point wonder that he thought was worth it, he has a 5 card heart suit, well, you may end up in the soup if you're not careful. So even though you have 2 reasonably good minor suits here, this hand really doesn't have the values to respond at the 2 level, whether you play standard American or 2 over 1, either one. So this may be a 1 heart. Take away the Jack of diamonds, and you certainly don't have the values to do it. So this is a 1 no trump response to a one heart opening. Maybe partner can rebid hearts. Maybe he has a 6 card heart suit. In that case, then you found your heart fit. And you can raise with this kind of hand. But otherwise, 1 no trump describes this hand, even though it's technically not balanced. Responders' 1 no trump bids are just different in nature from the opener's 1 no trump rebid in particular. It's the basic I don't have bid. It's a catch-all because the hand doesn't fit anywhere else. But if your partner opens a heart and your right-hand opponent overcalls 1 spade, now 1 no trump is no longer forcing, remember, in 2 over 1. 1 no trump forcing and 2 over 1 are both off with interference. So now 1 no trump by the responder promises a spade stop because the bid is no longer forcing. Partner may take another call, but he is not required to. Yes.
There's a question from Debbie.
Okay, go right ahead, Debbie.
Sorry, it took me a second to unmute. So my partner and I played in the Oklahoma Thursday night game, and I had a dilemma with this very thing. She opened a spade, and first of all, we played 2 over 1. And I was a passed hand. Then it went to her, and she opened a spade, and it came back to me, and I think I had about 8 points, but I had 5 hearts led by the jack and 4 jack and 4 littles, and 8 points, and otherwise a balanced hand. And I didn't know whether to bid 2 at the 2 level, 2 hearts, or bid 1 no trump. And I bid 1 no trump. Well, lo and behold, she had opened a spade and she bid 2 hearts. She had a 2 suited hand. So she had
Cool.
Anyway, it just
Hey,
worked
I
out.
love it. But you chose the right bid because your hand was on the table and her hand was concealed, right?
Well, I mean, I didn't know, but it came down. And so I asked her, I texted to her, chatted later, should I have bid my hearts? And she said, yes, but I was thinking in my mind, I thought I shouldn't bid those hearts because I don't have the points. I
would not have bid the hearts, Debbie. I would not have done that. I want my partners to trust my bids. I don't bid at the 2 level with 8 high card points unless I have a very long suit. You have only what you promised when you bid 2 hearts there. You had a 5-card heart suit, and that's what you promised.
Well, I didn't bid the hearts. I bid
Yeah,
one
right.
no
Yeah,
trump.
I agree with what you did. I agree with what you did. I'd have bid 1 no trump, but that's just me. Mhm.
But is there a rule? Is it because of my points? If I'd
Yes.
had 10 points or more, then I should have bid the hearts?
Yes, yes. If you had 10 or more points, then bid the hearts. That's the way I do it. That doesn't mean that an occasional hand won't come along that is much stronger than in playing strength than its high card points would indicate. But that comes
Yes.
down to hand evaluation. And I always feel like that I want my partners to use their hand evaluation skills because not all 8-point hands are created equal.
Yes. Well, this
So-
one was balanced. So this was
Oh,
just
yeah.
kind of a unique situation that came
Yeah.
up, but it falls directly in line with your lecture today.
Good. But that and when it's a balance, when it's 5-3-3-2 shape, I mean the only thing that's worse is 4-3-3-3. 5-3-3-2 is not great shape. And that along with only 8 high card points and only a jack high suit, I'm bidding 1 no trump all day long. That's just my style. But if you and your partner have a different agreement, I mean, I'd have done what you did, and you ended up just fine. As it happened.
Okay, well, I'll let her know that I talked to you about that today. Thank you very much.
You bet. So here we have an example of a hand that responds 1 no trump following a 1 spade overcall of your partner's 1 heart opening. Notice you don't have heart support here. Heart support is not an option. So 1 no trump, though, with 8 high card points, shortness in your partner's suit, we haven't found a fit, so I'm not counting that doubleton. Particularly, I don't care about doubletons when I'm rebidding no trump anyway, unless they're worthless doubletons, but my partner bid that suit. Notice I don't have anything but a slow stop in clubs. I'm not promising a stop in all unbid suits. I'm promising only a stopper in the suit that the opponents overcalled. That's all. And I'm essentially saying also, hey, I don't have support for the major suit that you opened. Now, when you respond to no trump, assuming that it's not conventional, that it's a natural bid, it's not the Jacoby forcing raise or anything like that, or Jordan to no trump, then to no trump by the responder tends to show the unbid suit stop. Notice I said tends. That's not an absolute requirement, but when you jump to 2 no trump, you're showing your partner more than just that 6 to 9 point range. When your partner has opened particularly one of a minor and you jump to 2 no trump, you're telling your partner several things. You're telling him, okay, number 1, I have more than the 6 to 9 points. Number 2, I don't have a 4-card major because that is my first responsibility. I do not have a 4-card major to show you. And I don't have support or strong support for your minor suit. Those of you who play inverted minors, if you have 5 cards in the minor suit and at least a limit raise or better, you might choose to bid 2 of the minor suit rather than 2 no trump, so you can investigate a no trump contract. But if you don't play inverted minors, then you have that kind of hand, you have to jump to 3 of the minor suit, which doesn't give you a lot of room to show stops or try to decide whether to play no trump or not. But here's an example. Your partner opened 1 diamond. Once again, I have jack thirds, small. I only have 3 diamonds. I'm not supporting diamonds at all here. Notice how flat my hand is. And notice that I have 11 high card points. This is a perfect 2 no trump response to your partner's 1 diamond opening bid. Don't respond 1 no trump when you have 11 high card points. Your partner will pass. If your partner opened with 14 and you have 11, guess where you belong? It's not in 1 no trump, it's in 3 no trump, but your partner will never bid 3 no trump with that 14 points if you respond only one no trump with this hand. It's important to be accurate in the way you describe your hand to your partner. Accurate bidding gets you to accurate contracts. So you have 11 points. Don't respond one no trump with this hand. Respond two no trump. Now, with an intervening bid, the jump to two no trump absolutely promises stops in the opponent's suit. Absolutely promises. This is an example of a hand that can jump to two no trump. It's aceless, it's quacky, but it has spade stops. And so you want the lead coming up to the hand with that spade king in it. That holding is protected from a lead through it if this hand is declaring no trump. This can be an important consideration. Sometimes people are critical of the two no trump response by partners after a one of a minor opening because they say it wrong sides the contract. Well, not always. It does not always run wrong side the contract. If your partner has opened with a 12 to 14 point minimum hand, and that's what he has most of the time, then if you have 11, there's not that much disparity in the strength of the two hands. So wrong siding the contract is not as much of a consideration as it might be if opener's hand is much, much stronger than the responder's. But here, this hand is a perfect candidate for a two no trump call following the intervening one spade overcall. Now, every now and again, you see a responder bid three no trump. Now, bidding three no trump with your first response really should show stops in the unbid suits, but this is not a perfect world, and we don't hold perfect hands that conform to all the rules. So if I had an opening hand myself and no 4-card major, no support for my partner's minor, but even if I did have support for my partner's minor, I might want to bid no trump anyway. For instance, here we have your partner's one diamond opening again. Look at this hand. I have 14 high card points in it, and it's balanced, no 4-card major. The unbid suits are stopped. This is a perfect three no trump call. We have nothing to discuss by way of major suit fit, possible major suit fits, because partner didn't open a major suit. He opened a minor. So here we are. But if those pesky opponents overcall again, if they overcall a spade, now something like this would be a really good hand to bid. Notice once again, it's aceless, but this hand is full of the kinds of values and cards where tricks can be developed. When you're playing no trump, having the prime values and then small spot cards is not as, doesn't facilitate the development of tricks as well as a hand like this one. Notice these spots are all pretty good, and they have honors working together. In other words, we can develop. We may not have a lot of quick tricks out of this hand, but we can develop tricks, definitely. So I like this hand on three no trump after a one spade overcall. This hand is perfect for bidding three no trump in that instance. Saying, partner, don't worry about spades. I have spade stops. And I always like to have more than one. Having only one would not necessarily keep me from responding three no trump, but I'm always more comfortable if I have king, queen, or king, jack, or something like, or even ace, jack in the opponent's suit when I'm bidding game. Now, if you and your partner have bid two suits, let's say that partner opens a minor and you bid a major, natural bids in no trump will tend to show stoppers in the unbid suits again, but this is not an absolute. If the opponents have bid, though, a later no trump bid by you or your partner should show absolutely a stopper in that suit. Occasionally you get stuck for a bid, but I know that I have been stuck for a bid many times. Sometimes, maybe the opener has to rebid a 5-card major suit. Sometimes you may have to bid 3 no trump with one of your side suits completely unstopped. That's when you take a deep breath and bid 3 no trump. There are several experts out there who will say if 3 no trump even crosses your mind, it's probably right to bid it, whether all the suits are stopped or not. You know, a good partner will have a stopper that you need, right? Right? We all have good partners, don't we? So take a deep breath and bid 3 no trump. Usually when I think about it and I fail to do it, I kick myself afterwards. 3 no trump was the perfect call, but I didn't do it because I was worried about this stinky club suit over here. Well, my partner had stuff in clubs, and I was just too chicken to bid it. So I've gotten better about that in recent years. If 3 no trump even crosses my mind, remember, the opponents have to find the killing lead. They're not clairvoyant. They don't know what suit that you have that isn't stopped. Now, let's say your right-hand opponent opens 3 spades, and you're holding this hand right here. A lot of you would bid 4 clubs, wouldn't you? I know several years ago I would have. I'd have been worried about that singleton king of hearts. I'd have been a little bit worried about that, about the diamond suit. But guess what, folks? You're not getting a heart lead or a diamond lead. You're getting a spade lead. And you have the ace queen sitting behind the preemptor. That you're guaranteed, virtually guaranteed, 2 spade tricks. The only way you're not getting a spade lead is if the opening leader, who happens to be the partner of the preemptor, has no spades in his hand. That happens. But don't talk yourself out of making the right bid. Sometimes it'll be the wrong bid. I'm not going to sit here and say, no, it will always work out, because it won't. You have to be willing to accept a little bit of risk. But I would much rather play 3 no trump with this hand than 5 clubs. So I would bid 3 no trump over 3 spades here. Notice 6 club tricks and 2 spade tricks. I only need my partner to have 1 trick in his hand. If he has the queen of hearts or the ace of diamonds, he doesn't have to have much for me to have 3 no trump, right? Because I have tricks. I have tricks. This is about tricks, not necessarily points. So I'm not worried about bidding 3 no trump over a spade preemptor here. Now, if you double, you certainly have a strong enough hand to double. I guarantee you, though, that your partner will bid hearts. He will bid 4 hearts. Now, what are you going to do? Bid 4 no trump? That looks like key card for hearts. Don't borrow trouble when you don't have to. Okay? Doubling there is borrowing trouble. Now, when you and your partner have bid 3 suits, and one of you bids no trump, that should promise a stopper in the unbid suit. If you don't have a stopper in the unbid suit, bid it. That's called 4th suit forcing. It's used when you are in this situation and you say, no fit, partner. I can't bid no trump because I don't have a stopper in this suit. If I did have a stopper in the suit, I'd bid no trump, but I don't. So this is a new suit by me as responders. Partner's forced to bid again. Maybe partner has a heart stop and he can bid no trump. If that's the case, we want his hand to be concealed if he has the heart stop. Because I'll tell you one thing about opponents. They have a tendency to lead suits that you haven't bid. When there's an unbid suit, the likelihood they're going to lead it is very high, especially when you have bid 3 other suits. So if the auction tends to get out of hand, and they do from time to time, sometimes there's an intervening bid that throws everything off when you're imagining how the auction's going to go, or your partner makes a really unexpected bid. It should just be assumed that when there's been an intervening bid by opponents, that a no trump bidder has a stop in the opponent's suit. If she doesn't have a stop, she shouldn't bid no trump. When the opponents have given you a reason to worry about a suit, bidding no trump without a stopper in that suit is living on the edge, and somebody's just waiting right there to push you over. Those people who are waiting to push you over the edge are your opponents. So remember that. If you don't know what to do there and you can't bid no trump, you and your partner should look into the Western Q bid. A bid of the opponent's suit at the 3 level says, partner, I don't have a stopper in their suit. If you have a stopper, please bid no trump. In this case, in the example I've given you, hearts is the unbid suit. If you, sitting there, bid 2 hearts, that should be alerted. Some people play it as forcing 1 round. Other people play it forcing to game. I play it forcing to game. So in that instance, my partner has the opportunity to tell me a couple of things. If he has a heart stop, he can bid no trump, 2 no trump. If he happens to have 3-card spade support, he should bid it there. He should bid 2 spades over 2 hearts. He didn't bid it directly. He bid 2 clubs. 1 diamond followed by 2 clubs shows me an unbalanced hand. When he opens 1 diamond, rebids 2 clubs, and then supports my spades, I now know that he has a hand that has exactly 5 diamonds, 4 clubs, 3 spades, and only 1 heart in it. So that bid of the 4th suit can come in very, very handy in situations like this. It's worth the effort to learn to use the 4th suit if you don't know how to do that. It also goes without saying that any conventional bids, being unusual 2 no trump, Jacoby 2 no trump, Jordan 2 no trump, says nothing about presence or absence of stoppers anywhere. They're conventional bids, so they are not normal no trump. Don't show the normal no trumpy things. Now, we have a little quiz. So let's talk about some of these here. You're sitting south. Your partner opened a club. Your right-hand opponent bid a spade, and you've bid 1 no trump. Which one of these 4 hands might be appropriate for that call? What do you think about A? Anybody
Bid
have
1 spade.
Pardon me? No, your opponent, your right-hand opponent bid 1 spade, Roy. You can't bid. You can't bid 1
Oh,
spade.
that's right.
Yeah. I hate it when the opponents take my bids. You know. What can you do? You've got 8 high card points. You don't want to pass, do you?
I think
I think
one no
one no
trump works
trump.
here because you got a spade stopper.
Right. I think 1 no trump is just fine here. Queen 10 4th. That meets my requirements. My partner's not expecting me to have more than 9 points, but I definitely have 4 spades and an honor and an honorette. So I think A is good. How about B? It has a spade stop, doesn't it? It has 9 high card point. No, 7. Yeah, 9 high card points. How about that one for 1 no trump?
I think so.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm crushed. I'm not bidding 1 no trump. I'm using the negative double to show my 4-card major suit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Remember? Don't cover up a 4-card major suit to bid no trump. If you need to bid no trump later, if your partner doesn't bid hearts in response to your negative double, then you can bid no trump because you have that ace of spades. But the first thing I'm going to do is use the negative double here. So I say B is not appropriate. How about C? This one's pretty obvious, isn't it?
No way.
No way. That's right. I'm gonna take a deep breath and bid 2 clubs here. If my partner has only 3 clubs, I'll apologize, but the likelihood is that he has 4 or 5, and I have a minimum hand. I'm just going to bid 2 clubs here because I don't have a spade stop. And how about this last one here? What do you think?
Yes.
Sure. You don't have the values to bid 2 diamonds. But you do have something nice in spades. You can stop a run. So I think that 2 of these qualify, which means that answer 4 here is the one that I'm going to put down. My answer is 4. 2 of them, A and D, qualify for the 1 no trump response.
Susan, I don't understand why on C you would bid 2 clubs. Do you have enough points?
Well, I have 8.
I thought you needed 10.
Well, remember, inverted minors are off, but I'm raising partner's club bid. Partner opened a club.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's you'd be right. I thought you were asking me about inverted minors, but remember, inverted minors are off in competition. Now this time your partner opens 1 diamond. Your right-hand opponent overcalls 1 heart, and you have responded to no trump. What do you think about this first one?
I think that one works because you've got the heart stopper.
Yeah.
You do have a heart stop. You do. But I would raise diamonds here myself. I have an unguarded suit here in spades. Remember how we talked about a bid of 2 no trump tends to show stoppers in the unbid suit? So I would either bid 3 diamonds, or if I use my partner and I used Q bids, I would bid 2 hearts to show a hand that's limit raise values with diamond support, but I don't have the spade suit stopped. This is one instance where I have a reasonable alternative to bidding 2 no trump. Some of you may prefer to bid 2 no trump here. 2 no trump isn't absolutely wrong. But I read some Barbara Seagram and some Larry Cohen and several other people. Most of them say here that raising partners diamonds is preferable to bidding 2 no trump, not 1 no trump, 2 no trump, because you have more options when you have a hand with those values. I say 2 no trump isn't wrong, but you can only hold up 1 time here, remember. And it may be that your partner has a spade stop and you're going to end up playing no trump anyway. But when you get down to describing my hand the best that I can, I think a limit raise of diamonds is the preferred call, but I wouldn't mark that absolutely wrong if you said that was okay. Okay, how about B?
Yeah. I think 2 no trump. Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You were all prepared to respond 1 heart, weren't you? But then that pesky East bid your suit. Well, we can fix his wagon. I'm sitting behind him with nice hearts. I have 11 high card points. Certainly, I have 2 10s here. So I like my hand for 2 no trump here a lot. All right. How about C? What do you think?
A negative double.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I do have a heart stop, but it is my first obligation to show that 4-card spade suit. And when you have had a 1 heart overcall, you have the negative double available to tell partner, hey, I only have 4 spades. But you're not going to be afraid to rebid no trump if you need to, because you have the queen 10 in the opponent's suit. Okay, how about D? We have good hearts here, don't we? Mm-hmm.
That's a 3 no trump.
Yes, absolutely right. This is not a 2 no trump call. 2 no trump is not forcing. This hand has 14 high card points in it, and your partner opened. This is a 3 no trump call. So this one is not appropriate. So I would accept either number 4, 2 of them, A and B, or only 1 of them, option 3, depending on how you want to view hand A here. Does everybody see the distinction there on hand 1? It depends on whether you and your partner want to say that the 2 no trump call promises stoppers and unbid suits. The 1 no trump response doesn't. But most people view the 2 no trump response a little differently, simply because there are more options available to somebody with that point range.
Susan,
Now,
there's a question from Ella.
all right. How can I help you, Ella?
Susan, on A, did you say that 3 diamonds would be the bid?
Well, 3 diamonds, well, even if you play inverted minors here, my bid would be 2 hearts, because I use Q bids to show a limit raise values with my support for my partner's suit. But if you don't, the bid of 3 diamonds would show a limit raise of diamonds.
Thank you.
Okay, this time your right hand opponent opened 3 diamonds, and you have one of these 4 hands here. What do you think about option A here? Would this be a good call?
I think so.
What else would you bid? That's my question. I mean, I don't want to bid 4 clubs. I don't want to double. I have 19 high card points. If I don't bid 3 no trump, my hand is much too strong for a simple overcall. If I double, my partner's going to bid hearts. And this hand is not appropriate for a takeout double, but it is appropriate for the big double. If my partner bids hearts or spades, then I have to rebid clubs. And here we are. What are we going to do? We're going to bid 5 clubs. I have a diamond stop, and the lead's going to come up to my hand. East has 7 diamonds. I have 3. The likelihood is that his partner has only 1 or 2 of them. And so I think, that 3 no trump is the only logical option. I hope my partner has a little something to help me out, but I'm not selling out to 3 diamonds here. This hand should belong to my partner and me. So I'm going to bid 3 no trump here. I think A is a good one. How about B?
I think that's a takeout double, man.
I think you're absolutely right, Scott. Yes, you have a diamond stop, but it's a singleton. And you know that East has 7 of them. That means that his partner may get the lead in hearts or spades and fire back another diamond, and you can wave goodbye to your contract. This is a takeout double, not a 3 no trump call. Does everybody see the difference? Yes, there's a stopper, but it's a singleton. How about C?
I'd probably double again.
Yes. I'm not bidding 3 no trump with this hand. That is suicide. I'm not that masochistic, but I only have 3 spades, but by golly, they're good spades. And I have 4 card support for the other 2 suits. So I'm using another takeout double here. And how about D? What do you think?
I'm bidding 4 clubs.
How many tricks do you have in that hand?
Probably not enough.
Well, I have 7 club tricks,
Right.
barring a completely disastrous distribution in clubs. I have 7 clubs. I have a trick in diamonds. The lead is going to come up to my hand if I bid no trump. So that makes 8. I don't need much from my partner, do I?
No.
I need very little to make 3 no trump. I need more to make 5 clubs. This is another hand that I would bid 3 no trump on. It may not make. There are no guarantees, but I'm looking at 8 tricks in my hand. And who knows, the person with the spade ace may duck the first round and I can steal the 9th. Things like that are known to happen, folks. And my opponents are not going to know that I have 7 clubs in my hand when I bid 3 no trump, right? They don't know. They've got to find the spade lead or the heart lead or whatever. But they're going to lead diamonds. This is the thing. They're going to lead diamonds, and I have a stopper. I have a diamond trick. Whether the holder of the ace takes it initially or not, I'm going to rip off 8 tricks right at the very beginning, depending on what the dummy looks like. Maybe I can stop and develop a 9th one if my partner's not holding it. But he's preempted. He has fewer than 10 high card points. So odds favor that my partner has something. And I would rather try to take 9 tricks than 11. So I would bid 3 no trump here. So A and D, 2 of them, number 4 again. Does it take nerve to bid 3 no trump with this hand or with A? Yeah, it does. But many's the time I've talked myself out of bidding 3 no trump on hands like these and kicked myself for a week afterwards. Now, if the thought crosses my mind, I'm liable to bid it. And sometimes I go for a number. But my success rate in contracts that belong in 3 no trump has gone way up. That doesn't mean I don't have the occasional disaster, but that's the nature of this game. All right. This time.
Susan, I have a question of clarification. If your partner opens a diamond, your opponent bids 1 spade, you do not have a stopper in spades, but you have 9 points. And if my partner opened with 13 or 14 points, I've got a little over 20 points together with us.
That's right.
So that pass idea bothers me, but then it also bothers me from what you said that I need that spade stopper. So tell me, I want you to just clarify.
Well, if I have 9 points and I don't have another call, let's say my pesky opponent bid a spade, so I would have to bid at the 2 level. So I don't have the values to bid anything but 1 no trump. If my partner opened with 12 points and I don't have a spade stop, maybe you and your partner want to agree that when you have 8 or 9 points and you bid 1 no trump, that you may not have a spade stopper. But that then really puts your partner in between the rock and the hard place. How does he know whether you have a spade stop to go on? If you pass, your partner has another call. If she has a 6-card major suit, she can rebid it. She can reopen with a double. The auction isn't over if you pass.
Oh, that's okay. That's true. That's true.
So sometimes pass is the best bid in the box, as Larry Cohen says. So
that makes sense.
Does that make it easier to pass when you need to?
Absolutely, because I'm saying, oh my, we have a little over 20 points. Well,
you do. But if you bid 1 no trump and your partner thinks you have a stop, and the opponents rip off, 5 spade tricks plus a couple of others, and you're down 2 or 3, is your partner going to be happy?
Yep.
Remember, the number 1 rule in bridge is keep your partner happy. So sometimes that means passing. Okay.
I like that answer.
Okay. Now on this one, your partner North opens a diamond. You bid a spade. North rebids 2 clubs, showing an unbalanced hand. And now you've rebid 2 no trump. Which of these hands would be appropriate for that 2 no trump call by South? What do you think about A here?
No.
You have a worthless doubleton, and your partner bid diamonds though, right? So what's wrong with it? What's wrong with bidding 2 no trump here?
Not enough points.
Exactly. Yes. When you bid 2 no trump, you're inviting your partner to bid 3. This hand has only 6 high card points in it. When partner bids 2 clubs, you just need to pass. He's shown you 5 diamonds, 4 clubs. He did not rebid no trump, so this is an unbalanced hand. He's shown you 5 diamonds and 4 clubs. It may be 6 diamonds and 5 clubs. We don't know, but with only 6 points,
pass.
You pass 2 clubs. Absolutely. So A is not suitable. How about B?
3 no trump.
Yeah, it's too good.
Yes,
That's right. That's right. How many points are in hand B?
13.
14, I think. 8, 4, 12,
14.
2 is 14, right?
Yeah.
What should it be instead of, remember, 2 no trump is forward going, but not forcing. Your partner opened the bidding and you have 14 points. Do you want to bid only 2 no trump?
No.
No, partner can pass 2 no trump, and he will pass if he has only 12 or 13. So the one who knows goes, in case you forgot. Okay, how about hand C?
2 spades.
Everybody agree with 2 spades?
What
What-
about 3 spades?
3 spades to me looks a lot better than
Oh,
two.
yeah, that's better.
Yeah. 3 spades shows 6 spades and an invitational level hand. That's exactly what you have. 2 spades would show 6 to 9 points, and it's a drop dead bid. I see a
Okay.
lot of people bid on after partner bids 1 spade and then 2 spades. A rebid of the suit shows 6 cards most of the time. Occasionally it may be 5. But it's a drop dead bid when responder bids a suit and rebids it. Aside from just giving a simple raise of opener suit, that's the weakest bid responder can make.
Right.
Okay. Well, there is, if it goes 1 diamond, 2 spades by responder, that's 2 to 5 points with 6 spades in his hand. That is weaker than 1 spade, 2 spades. But this is a 3 spade call. It says, partner, my hand is strongly oriented towards spades. I have nice spades, 6 card suit at least, and I have an invitational level hand. Can you help me at all here? How about D?
Three no trump.
That's a possibility, but there's another one too. You have an opening hand with a 5 card spade suit. The auction has progressed in such a manner that you can't use new minor forcing, for those of you who are familiar with it. So what do? You bid the 4th suit. In this case, that's hearts. Partner's going to think you're asking for a heart stop. But if partner has 3 spades, number 1 obligation here, when the 4th suit has been bid and your responder bid a major suit, number 1 obligation of the opening bidder is to show 3 card support. If he doesn't have 3 card support, but he rebids one of his suits, then now you know that partner doesn't have 3 spades in his hand, but you do have a heart stop and you can bid 3 no trump. So you may end up in 3 no trump, but you have a way to find out whether partner has 3 spades in his hand by using the 4th suit. The 4th suit just says, partner, tell me more about your hand. Number 1, do you have 3 card spade support for me? Number 2, if you don't, rebid one of your suits and we'll figure it out from there. Does that make sense to everybody? 3 no trump isn't completely wrong, but I would use the 4th suit here. For those of you who don't know that bid, it's worth looking into. I mean, it is a very handy bid to know. So out of all of these hands here, what did we say? I say none of them for me, but for some of you, number 3 will be correct because you'll bid 3 no. You'll bid you'll bid 3 no. No, D is not even correct for 2 no trump.
Yeah.
So none of these are correct for a rebid of 2 no trump. Right? Did everybody see that? Mm-hmm. Let's run through these last couple ones really fast here. Which one of these are appropriate for a 3 no trump call by South? West opens 2 hearts, weak. Your partner bids 2 spades. East bids 3 hearts, extending the preempt, and South now says 3 no trump. What do you think about that one?
I'd bid 3 spades.
Looks reasonable to me. This is your partner has shown you five spades, and you have 4 to the queen 10. You have 9 high card points and a doubleton in the opponent's suit. So I would bid spades. I'm never bidding no trump when I know we have a 9 card fit. Here we don't necessarily have a fit. So what do you think about B here?
Yes.
Yeah, this one is absolutely 3 no trump is absolutely right. You have nice hearts stopped. You don't have 3 card support for partner, and you have an opening hand. Partner should have an opening hand to bid 2 spades as well. So you can be totally comfortable. He's got 5 spades, and then you've got stoppers and hearts, and then something in each of the unbid suits.
Ella has a question.
Yes, Ella.
On that first one that you said you'd bid 3 spades,
Everybody had a chance to.
you wouldn't just go to 4 spades?
Well, I only have, let's see, 6. I only have 9 high card points. I don't know that my partner has enough to make a game opposite 9 high card points. I will show the support, and then if he has support, then he can go on. If he has enough to bid the game, he should have an opening hand, but an opening hand opposite 9 high card points is not totally likely to produce a game. He needs better than just a minimum opening hand to produce a game opposite this hand. So I would not bid 4. I'm totally comfortable bidding 3 though, because I know we have 9 cards in the suit.
Thank you.
Okay, C. What do we think about C here? We've talked about a bid here that would work very well for this hand, but it's been a little while, so you may not remember. Does anybody remember the responsive double? Yeah, showing the unbid suits rather than 3 no trump. If you double, that is responsive, saying I don't have 3 card spade support. I do. In this case, he does have a heart stop, but I would tend to try the responsive double first. I don't know whether my partner has enough for me to bid game. I'm pretty close to having an opening hand, but his hand may or may not be suitable for no trump. I don't know. I think the responsive double is a better descriptive bid, but lacking spade support and having a heart stop doesn't make 3 no trump completely outside the realm of a reasonable choice. And then now finally we come to this last one. What do you think about what do you think about that? D.
It's not good enough.
It's not good enough for anything, is it? Pull out that green card. Pull out that green card. You don't have spade support. You have a heart stop, but you don't have anywhere nearly enough points to bid 3 no trump. Not nearly. Okay, the last question is, which one of these hands would be suitable for a 1 no trump opening bid? How about A?
No.
Why?
I'd say because you got 5 spades.
I open 1 no trump when I have a 15 to 17 point hand. What are you going to rebid if your partner responds 2 hearts, for instance?
That's right. I forgot.
Yeah, or if he responds 2 clubs or 2 diamonds, I'm bidding 1 no trump with that. And there are times when people playing 4 spades beat 3 no trump, because if I'm playing with a partner that doesn't play puppet stamen, then we don't find the spade fit, and we make only 3 no trump and 4 spades beats us. But I put my hand in that box every time I can. How about B?
No.
Why?
2 doubletons.
Oh, I open that 1 no trump all day long. All day long. I open that 1 no trump. Yes. Get rid of this idea that you can't have more than one doubleton to open one no trump. It's wrong. This is a semi-balanced hand, and it is totally copacetic to open that one no trump. I open one no trump with a 6-card minor suit, even because 6-3-2-2 is considered semi-balanced, and it's worked out quite well for me on numerous occasions. This one is appropriate for a one no trump opening bid. You and your partner may choose not to do that. It has 16 high card points. And if you open a diamond and your partner responds a spade, one no trump doesn't do justice to your hand because you have a hand worth 17 points, but you don't have enough to rebid 2 no trump if you open a diamond and partner bids a spade. You do have enough to reverse for most people. For some people, I personally think 16 points is a little bit light for a reverse, but not everybody agrees with me. Partner has only 6 points and you reverse with 16 and you can't find a fit, you're liable to be in the soup.
I think I need a class opening one no trump with 2 doubletons.
Pardon me?
I said I think I need a class on
you don't need a class on it, Patty. Just do it. You'll see it works most of the time. And occasionally if it doesn't, well, that's part of the deal. You accept the good with the bad. But I open that one no trump all day long because it's too hard to bid with only 16 high card points in this kind of shape. Unless your partner responds a heart, you have a problem with a rebid, a big problem. And I always consider my rebid when I choose my opening bid. That's a really good habit to develop, guys. Keeps you out of the soup when it comes time to rebid. How about C? Is this a good one no trump opener? It's got 15 high card points in it. Anybody have a problem with opening that one no trump?
No, one no trump.
One no trump, sure. Yeah, it has 2 doubletons, but only 3 of the suits are covered. But remember, a one no trump opening bid doesn't promise that all 4 suits are stopped. How about this last one?
I think you can do it, but that spade suit is so strong. I think I might go to it instead.
I never open this hand one no trump. When you're 5-4 in the majors, don't open a spade and rebid hearts. This has a built-in rebid. Built in. When I'm 5-4 in the major suits, I do not open a no trump. That's been told to me by many of my partners who've been kind enough to play with me when I was green. Well, when it was during my salad days, green as I could be. They've all said, when you're 5-4 in the major suits, do not open one no trump. Show the majors. That assumes that you have all agreed with your partners that your first choice for a contract is to play in an 8-card major suit fit. If your first choice is to play no trump, then you have a different attitude about it. But 99% of duplicate bridge players choose the 8-card major suit fit. And I've gone considerably over. I apologize. Rick will be sending out the answer sheets with some explanations on them. So have a look at them, see what you think, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Susan.
Thanks, Susan.
Yes.
Susie Graves asked, what is Jordan to no trump?
We talked about that. Was it last week or the week before? Partner opens a major suit. The next person doubles. You have a limit raise with 4-card support. 2 no trump shows that hand. It's very similar to Jacoby 2 no trump, but you've had an intervening double. Remember, Jacoby 2 no trump is off with any kind of competition. So Jordan shows a limit raise or better with 4-card support. Some pairs play that it may be only 3-card support, but I redouble if I have only 3-card support. You have a choice on how you want to bid it. Jordan is very similar to Jacoby to no trump, but it promises a limit raise or better, not an opening hand, and it follows a double by your right-hand opponent. Hi, this is Susan. Thanks for watching this video today. Most of these videos come from our free bridge lessons that we present on Zoom every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Time. If you'd like to join us for those lessons, you can email us at the address shown below and we'll send you the link. If you can't attend the lessons, then feel free to subscribe to our channel and you'll be notified when there is a new one added. Again, thanks for stopping by and we hope to see you soon.